Okay, so we're having a think this week about what we want our children to learn from us and being good role models to them. And there are so many different areas that we can talk about here, but I think for me, the most obvious one is about being accountable, because we can talk till we're blue in the face about what we want our children to see, what we want our children to learn, what we want, what messages we want to send them. But actually, sometimes all it comes down to is just about being accountable, and not thinking that we have to get it perfect, not thinking that we have to be Mary Poppins, but understanding that like yesterday we were thinking about all of the things that we want to be, the lessons that we want them to learn, the people that we want to be, and how that starts with us. So yesterday we were thinking about what rules do you want to make for yourself, and your rules are going to be different to my rules, different to their rules, and what have you. Or not maybe rules, it's not rules, but our what guidance, what rules, what lessons. But actually understanding that sometimes we're going to get that wrong and being accountable for that is probably more important than anything else, in my opinion. So, like we get stuff wrong. Like I get stuff wrong. I get stuff wrong all the time because I'm human, right? I'm human, and we are all human, and we all get stuff wrong. And so if I feel like I have behaved in a way that is not fitting to how I want to be behaving, and not fitting to what I want my children to be learning from me, then it's my responsibility to say, yeah, do you know what? I got that wrong and I'm really sorry. Or I did something and that doesn't feel okay with me, and like, or either what do you think or what have you. So a really good example is that last night my husband and I had, well, it wasn't definitely not an argument, but we were just a little bit snappy with each other and a bit bitey, right? I can't even tell you what it was about, because it's always about nothing. I mean, it's always about stupid stuff. I've been working really hard. He's been working really hard. I know it was only Monday, but we were knackered and it just had really long, hard days, right? So I was snappy at him. He was snappy at me, and it was just silly. So I apologized to him and I said to him, sorry, this earbug's really annoying me today. So I apologised to him while the girls were at school, and we had a chat about it, and obviously everything's absolutely fine. And then I just thought, and I was talking to him, and I said, you know what? It's the fact that we aren't speaking nicely to each other really upsets me. But the fact that we are not speaking nicely to each other in front of the children upsets me more than anything else, because that to me, like, it's not okay that we are moaning at each other and being a bit bitchy to each other. But for me personally, and for him, but for me personally, because I'm speaking to you now, for the children to be seeing that, I don't want, and I definitely don't want them to be normalising that. So when we got back from school today, I just said to my eldest, like, I just want to let you know that Daddy and I had a chat earlier, and we said sorry to each other for last night, and I just wanted to let you know that. And she was a bit like, she didn't really care at all, but she kind of gave me a look of knowing, of just like, that's cool, like, that's cool. I'm pleased. I don't know whether she was pleased that we said sorry to each other, and probably all of the above, or whether I'd acknowledged that with her. But it was really important to me in that moment to be able to say, I got it wrong and I'm sorry. And that's all I've got to say about it today, really, is that when we acknowledge our faults, obviously it depends on what the fault is and the degree to what we're talking about, but actually when we acknowledge our faults and we say, I got it wrong, I admit I got it wrong and I'm sorry, it makes an enormous difference. We do not want to be going through life never being accountable and never saying sorry. In my opinion, that's not a good characteristic, and it's definitely not good role modeling. And after all, we expect our children to be apologetic. We expect our children to get it right. There's absolutely no way they can do that if we're not leading by example. Okay, I'll see you guys tomorrow.